chant, baby.
The snowboard men are the last competitors to take on the wild conditions on the wildest at the Fieberbrunn Pro. With a win today, Victor De La Rue will claim a historic 4th snowboard men world title. Jonathan Penfield and Enzo Nilo are already qualified for the FWT final, while Cody Bramwell, the winner of the last event, sits just above the cut line. This is Michael Mon, the 25-year-old out of Bridger Bowl, Montana, originally out of Breckenridge, Colorado. So used to conditions like those on the wildest here today, getting things going with a big ollie straight out of the start gate. And following perhaps Lily Bradley's line down to this rollover feature that has seen lots of action in years past, using that more as a big drop. And getting a second smaller drop there. Lining up for the big backside 360 transfer over that rock outcropping. And into this gully that we see quite a few of the ski men take in normal years, especially Maxime Chablot, who has thrown some massive spins off that cliff there. Unfortunately for Michael Mon, going down backseat on the landing of that drop. Once again, the conditions already, this is a difficult line to ski in normal years or to ride. And Michael Mon having a little bit of an issue with the landing on the last drop. Let's see what he's got for us on this one. Taking his time, lining this up, a much larger drop than usual on that feature. Sticking that one cleanly. And now going edge to edge, just trying to keep his speed under control. And Michael, as I said earlier, coming from Breckenridge, Colorado, as he spins another backside 360 there. So this snowboarder used to difficult, tricky conditions where he originally comes from at home in Colorado. So just one backseat landing there, otherwise a solid run from Michael Mon. Getting the indie grab up top there. Nice backside 360 spin and another one down the bottom. What's it going to be for Michael Mon? He's never finished better than 5th here on the wildest in the past. And 80 points and first place currently for the American. Cody Bramwell in the start gate now, currently ranked 7th, the last of the snowboard men, just above the cut line, coming into this very important Fieberbrunn Pro, which is the last event of 5 that where the athletes can score points to qualify for the grand finale in Verbier, Switzerland. So Cody, coming off a win at the last event, gets started with a quick ollie up top and going for a backside 360 there, finding a very tight landing and getting a nice shifty there off the side hit that we saw get plenty of action in the ski women competition, and now coming down to this big closeout cliff that we saw Nadine Vollner open earlier today, and turning that into a double. So a new take on that feature from Cody Bramwell. Really putting on quite a show here today on the wildest in some of the most difficult conditions we've seen in quite a few years, getting the Indy nose bone off that last feature. And is he going to just take it easy and ride out to the finish line, or does he have one last jump for us? It looks like he's going to ride straight down to the finish line, but a fantastic run there from the 30-year-old out of Great Britain. There's the backside 360 up top, landing, really spotting his landing well, riding between the rocks there, and the shifty off the side hit, and here's the double. Finding, ooh, and tail tapping on the landing of the second double there through the rocks. That was crazy. And the score to beat, 80 points, and 84.33 the score for Cody Bramwell, who takes over the Dynastar hot seat from Michael Mon. This is Holden Samuels, Michael Mon's traveling partner, who grew up in Big Sky, Montana, and now resides in Salt Lake City, Utah. Won the IFSA North American Snowboard Championships twice by the age of 15. So Holden Samuels, a young star in the North American freeride community, taking that same hit up top as Michael Mon on a different trajectory. So following a similar line to his traveling partner and throwing exactly the same 360 off of that feature about halfway or a third of the way down the face. Now cutting over to the looker's right-hand side of the face. And again, following, now following Cody's line into this cliff. And woo-hoo, riding out of that one well. Almost went down, but leaning into that heel edge turn right on the landing. So keeping things under control on that big drop there from Holden Samuels. So 3 snowboarders in and 3 different takes on that one, tweaking the Indy nose bone there. Taking his time down the bottom, but still a fluid take on the bottom section there with a beautiful backside 360 from Holden Samuels. So it will be interesting to see what the judges make of this one. Taking that first rollover feature, sending the same backside 360, maybe with a tiny bit more amplitude than Michael Mon, and stomping the big cliff cleanly.
Thanks for watching.
And there's Cody's score, 84.33, and 81 points for Holden Samuels, and second place currently for the American. Victor Delarue in the start gate now, the defending 3-time world champion and defending 3-time Fieberbrunn Pro champion. So if there was a betting man's pick on the rider to win the snowboard men category, it would be Victor Delarue. And getting some air up the top there. If he does win this event today, he does have a chance of securing the snowboard men world title, depending on where the other snowboarders finish. So let's see what Victor's got for us. Ooh, taking that rollover feature up top. And it looked like not getting the amplitude he looked for off the first jump, so kind of landing in the rocks in the middle of that feature. We'll see what the judges think of that. So going for a front side 360 there. More or less in the same part of the face where the 2 Americans threw their backside 360s, although not off the same feature. Victor as well has understood that to be on the podium today here at the Fieberbrunn Pro, you must drop this cliff. And taking the same line as Cody Bramwell, getting the grab, but not nearly as much amplitude. Oh no, and Victor just catching an edge on his toe side edge of his snowboard there as he traversed across. So a major control issue for our current ranking leader. Even with that fantastic double down the bottom there, the control issue plus the lack of amplitude on the big cliff perhaps the points of difference that will determine whether Victor finishes on the podium here today or not. Opening a new cliff here, and it's a big one, and sticking that one cleanly and riding out over that cat track, and the very difficult exit there is super bumpy and really tracked out the bottom of the face where Victor took that one. As you can see, missing the takeoff there, landing on the rocks and little bushes on that feature. There's the front side 360. And Victor following Cody's line, but not really making it a double there. So disappointing run. You can tell by the look on his face, he's not super confident about the score. 71.67, fifth place currently for the Frenchman, and he will not be taking home his fourth world title today. And getting ready to drop in now, this is Tim Schroeder, AKA Timmy Shredder, the 27-year-old. Originally out of Munich, Germany, now residing in the Zillertal in Austria after spending quite a few years riding and residing in the Innsbruck area. So this is as close as it gets for Tim Schroeder to a home event. The local crowd very supportive of the German snowboarder as he makes his way down to, yes, oh no! And Tim Schroeder can't stick the landing there after the biggest drop that we've seen so far today on that feature at the top of the Wildseeloder face, and coming down to an opening, a new trajectory, a new takeoff there. We saw, I believe it was Jenna Keller, one of the ski women, open that that landing or that line off of that cliff, but Timmy taking it on a different trajectory and sending the backflip and sticking that one. That was a risky move there in this part of the face because the snow is very unpredictable. Quite a few death cookies and a frontside 360 there. So Timmy trying to make up for the butt check, the heavy butt check on the landing up top with some freestyle moves and a big drop down the bottom for Tim Schroeder. So we saw Victor de la Rue go down. So far, we've seen some solid runs from the Americans. Oh, and that just so unfortunate. Just getting out of control on the landing. Stuck that well. We saw actually the tracks left by Jenna Keller before him. And the beautiful backflip, and then he got the other 360 and another drop down the bottom. See what the judges think. Will not equal Cody Bramwell's score, 67.67, and sixth place currently behind Victor de la Rue. This is Jonathan Penfield in the start gate now, the 37-year-old. He is the oldest and the most experienced of the snowboard men here competing at the Fieberbrunn Pro today. Born out of in Truckee, California, former Lake Tahoe local. Now residing with a Canadian passport in Whistler, Blackcomb, British Columbia, getting things started up top with the little front side grab on that first transfer into the ollie. Looks to be, oh, what is he got going for us here? Opening a completely new line up the top of the face. And Jonathan has won this event back in 2023 and finished second here at the Fieberbrunn Pro twice. So a new entry into that rollover feature. So really racking up the airtime. Just got the nice double up top, another drop, and another one here. Nothing major so far for Jonathan Penfield, but just kind of ticking the boxes, getting as many tricks and drops in as he can. Once again, with the difficult conditions on the Wildseeloder today, it's hard to know what features go and which ones don't. It looks like Jonathan coming into a mandatory air here on this closeout cliff and stomping that one cleanly. Not as big as the cliff farther to the looker's right-hand side of the face, but with lots of airtime and jumps up top, and now into a completely new part of the face for the Canadian snowboarder. Some serious exposure underneath Jonathan Penfield's snowboard there, getting the backside 360, a little bit caught up on the landing there, but no tracks whatsoever here on this part of the wildest, and plenty of exposure underneath though. So this could be a make it or break it part of his run. Definitely losing points on the fluidity score now as Jonathan sets up a big double there and rides out of that cleanly. So it's going to be interesting to see what the judging panel makes of Jonathan Penfield's run. As we can see that that was the big closeout cliff at the bottom, the backside 360, a little bit of a bobble there, and the last double. So he found tons of features, nothing huge. How will it compare to the other runs we've seen so far? 77.33 and 4th place for the moment for Jonathan Penfield. This is Liam Rivera, the 25-year-old out of Verbier, Switzerland. Born in Mexico, raised in Switzerland, actually dual national, and rode for Mexico in his first year on the Freeride World Tour, and finished 3rd here at the Fieberbrunn Pro in 2023, and 2nd here last year as well, actually. So Liam Rivera with some fantastic results in the last 2 seasons here on the wildest. Let's see what he's got for us this year. Already a few airs up top coming into this technical line, and looks to be hitting the side hit. Ah, no, taking a new angle off that feature, and a huge drop that he sticks cleanly. So Liam Rivera getting the most amplitude of the day off that jump up top. Following up, opening another new feature there. And what's he got for us here? Another drop. So we already have 3 consequential drops for Liam Rivera down the face of the wildest, but he did not hit the big cliff as he heads all the way over to the rider's left-hand side of the face into this less tracked out lower section of front side 360 there. Still keeping things under control and taking that same drop down the bottom that we saw from Tim Schroeder. And you can see riding the bucking bronco down at the bottom of the wildest. And so 3 solid consequential airs up top. That's the biggest of them all for Liam Rivera. Not the same amplitude as the big cliff at the bottom of the face, but he was really clean, a good mix of big drops and freestyle moves. And 87 points, and Liam Rivera, last rider down, takes the win, getting a hug, a big hug from Cody Bramwell, who he just knocked off the Dinosaur hot seat and the top spot on the snowboard men podium. Congratulations once again to Liam Rivera for his season's first and his 2nd ever FWT win. Cody Bramwell's return to form continues in 2nd, while Holden Samuel stands on the podium for the 2nd time this season in 3rd. Honestly, I wasn't expecting to win today. The goal was just to make the cut, since I didn't have the start of the season I'd liked or would have imagined. So I'm really happy to make the cut, and finishing first is just the cherry on the cake.
Cherry on the cake.
Victor Delarue still leads the rankings with Liam Rivera and Cody Bramwell taking over 2nd and 3rd places from Jonathan Penfield and Enzo Nilo. American riding partners Michael Mon and Holden Samuels both jump above the cut line. Goodbye from Fieberbrunn. Next up is the season finale at the Yeti Extreme Verbier by Honda. We'll see you there.